Namaste everyone. Today I'll be presenting NAC Institution Accreditation Manual for affiliated or constituent UG and PG colleges. Okay, under this today I'll be sharing with you criterion 1 information and key indicators. Okay, now let us go to criterion 1, that is curricular aspects. Okay, the curricular aspects are the mainstay of any educational institution. Okay, however, the responsibilities of various higher education institutions in this regard vary depending on their administrative standing. That is, an affiliated college is essentially a teaching unit which depends on a larger body, namely university, for legitimizing its academic and administrative process. Its engagement with curricular aspects is mainly in their implementation, while its participation in curriculum development, procedural detailing, assessment procedures, as well as certification is peripheral, and these are givens. Okay, whereas a university has the mandate to visualize appropriate curricula for particular programs. Okay, revise or update them periodically through conducting many workshops. Okay, ensure that the outcomes of its programs are defined by its bodies. In case of autonomous colleges, curricular responsibilities are similar to the universities. Okay, criterion 1 pertains to the practices of an institution in initiating a wide range of program options and courses that are in tune with the emerging national and global trends and relevant to the local needs. Apart from issues of diversity and academic flexibility, aspects on career orientation, multi-skill development, feedback system, and involvement of stakeholders in curriculum updating are also gauged. Okay, one has to focus on all these different aspects about the under this criterion 1. The focus of criterion 1 is captured in the following key indicators. Okay, let us see here some of the key indicators of criterion 1. 1.1, U. U mean that is applicable only for universities and autonomous colleges. Okay, whereas A stands applicable only for the affiliated or constituent colleges. Okay, so let us go through 1.1 U, that is curriculum design and development. This curriculum design development possible only to the universities and autonomous colleges. Okay, for example, if your college is not university or autonomous, then you is not going to come to your criterion key indicators. Okay, you can focus on 1.1 A, which is applicable only for the affiliated or constituent colleges. Okay, that is curriculum planning and implementation. 1.2, academic flexibility. 1.3, curriculum enrichment. 1.4, feedback system. Okay, these are some of the key indicators we need to focus in criterion 1. Now let us go through 1.1, curriculum design and development. One of the significant responsibilities of universities and autonomous colleges is curriculum design and development, and thus are expected to have process, systems and structures in place to shoulder this particular responsibility. Curriculum design and development is a complex process of developing appropriate need-based inputs in consultation with expert groups based on the feedback from stakeholders. This results in the development of relevant programs with flexibility to suit the professional and personal needs of the students and realization of the core values. I've already discussed in my previous video the core values, 5 core values. Okay, the key indicator also considers the good practices of the institution in initiating a range of program options and courses that are relevant to the local needs and in tune with the emerging national and global trends. Okay, curriculum evolved by the university or autonomous colleges comprises program outcomes. In short, we'll say POs, program specific outcomes, that is PSOs, and course outcomes. In short, COS. The substantive outlines of courses in every discipline, that is syllabus, organizational details of implementation, as well as assessment of student performance and thereby attainment of PSOs and COs. PSOs means program specific outcomes, then COs means course outcomes. The quality element is reflected in the efforts to revise, update, include emerging concerns, etc. The university or autonomous college makes in this regard. The curriculum designed by university or autonomous college may also focus on employability, entrepreneurship, and skill development. The program specific outcomes, course outcomes could be uploaded on institutional website. Now let us go through 1.1a, curricular planning and implementation. The affiliating or constituent colleges have rather insignificant role in curriculum designing and development, right? They adopt the curriculum overview provided by respective universities. Each college operationalizes the curriculum within the overall framework provided in one's own way, depending on its resource, potential, institutional goals and concern, and so on. That is, each college visualizes the way the curriculum has to be carried out, activities, who, how, when, etc. This process makes each institution unique and reflects on the concern of the college for quality in the form of values emphasized, sensitivity is then focused on, etc. Okay, so all this play very important role under curricular planning and implementation. Next, 1.2, academics flexibility. Here, academic flexibility refers to the freedom in the use of the time frame of the courses, horizontal mobility, interdisciplinary options, and other facilitated by curricular transactions. Supplementary enrichment programs induced, introduced as an initiative of the college, credit system, and choice offered in the curriculum in terms of program. Curricular transactions and time frame options are also considered in this key indicator. Okay. Now let us go through 1.3, curriculum enrichment. Holistic development of students is the main purpose of curriculum, right? While this is attempted through prescribing dynamic and updated curricular inputs, the higher education institution is expected to have provision for added courses and activities which may not be directly linked with one's discipline of study but contribute to sensitizing students to cross cutting issues relevant to the current pressing concerns both nationally and internationally, such as gender, environment, and sustainability, human values and professional ethics, development of creative and divergent competencies. Progressive university would provide a wide range of such value added courses for students to choose from according to their interests and inclinations. Now let us go through 1.4, feedback system. The process of revision and redesign of curricula is based on recent developments and feedback from the stakeholders. The feedback from all stakeholders in terms of its relevance and appropriateness is catering to the needs of the society. Economy and environment helps in improving the inputs. A higher education institution with the feedback system in place will have an active process of not only collecting feedback from all stakeholders but also analyzing it and identifying and drawing pertinent pointers to enhance the learning effectiveness. Okay, so this is about the feedback system. Hope you understood today criterion 1 information. I, Dr. Pratibha KS, signing out for today. Stay tuned with me. I'll be back with some more videos.